Hello, I'm Daniela Elana. In episode 67 of Historical Paranormal, we'll discuss the legend of the Skunk Ape in Florida, the southernmost United States cousin of Bigfoot, located in the Everglades of Florida, dating back to the time of the Seminole Wars. According to Dave Shealy, who has dedicated his life to studying the skunk ape, there are 7 to 9 skunk apes currently living in the Everglades. There have been skunk apes spotted on the Loop Road, which is in the Big Cypress Preserve. Some of the most well-covered sightings were in Davie, Florida, which Davie is grown up now, but back in the 60s and 70s, there were a lot of skunk ape sightings in the Davie area, explains Dave. As you heard, west US 41 toward Big Cypress National Preserve, you'll pass Clyde Butcher's Art Gallery in the United States' smallest post office. Then you'll reach the official skunk ape research headquarters in Ochoape on Tamanini Trail near Naples. There have been skunk apes spotted on the Loop Road, which is the Big Cypress Preserve. One of the most well-covered sightings were in Davie, Florida, which Davie is grown up now. According to Shealy, an average male skunk ape reportedly stands 8 feet tall and weighs roughly 450 pounds. Females are smaller, both are covered in long reddish or black hair. Similar to orangutans or gorillas, they stand upright on 2 legs. It is all in the book, history-wise. Folklore about the skunk apes in the Everglades, says Kenny Hill, a Naples tour bus operator. Some guys claim they have seen it out here at night. It's hard to say what it is or what it's not. There's a primate facility in Hendry County. It's known that there have been escapees from there. Maybe it's some kind of primate that's running around. Maybe there is a real Bigfoot skunk ape. Who knows? Only time will tell. Evidence will tell. Some stories surrounding the skunk ape. The Muskogee and Seminole tribes that lived in the Everglade forest before European settlers arrived claimed that they've been seeing skunk ape in the woods for hundreds of years. They called it Etzikapki, or the Tall Man. He is the protector of the woods. They say he keeps away those who would damage the forest. Even when you don't see the Florida skunk ape, they believe he watches you forever, vigilantly, gazing over those who enter his domain and using his mystic powers to vanish into thin air. The earliest well-known skunk ape sighting happened in 1957 when a pair of hunters claimed that a gigantic smelly ape invaded their camp in the Everglades. The story picked up traction and it spread. The creature started to pick up its own unique name inspired by its distinct smell. Dozens of sightings followed. In 1973, a family claimed they saw a skunk ape chase their child off a tricycle. The next year, another family claimed that they hit one with their car and that they had hairs in the fender to prove it. A whole tour bus full of people claimed they saw a swamp squatch in 1997. They described it as a 7-foot red-haired ape running through the Everglades. There were 30 or 40 people in, every one of them telling the same story. And that same year, a woman saw a skunk ape jump in the front of their car. It was shaggy looking and very tall, maybe 6.5 or 7 feet tall, she says. The thing just jumped in front of my car. 3 days before Christmas, in the year 2000, a family in Florida awoke to a loud noise on the back deck. There was so much banging and pounding that it sounded like some overweight drunk was knocking over deck chairs. But with all that noise came something that couldn't possibly be human, a low, deep grunting, and with it, stench that something was rotting. When they came out of the back window, they saw something they never expected to see. There on their deck was a great huge lumbering beast covered in hair from head to toe. The family figured it was an escaped orangutan and on lam for the local zoo. But when the photo they took started making rounds online, a handful of true believers in the paranormal had a different explanation altogether. The monster on their deck, they believed, was none other than the Florida's own Bigfoot, the skunk ape. The photograph taken by the family supposedly saw Sasquatch on their back deck in 2000 is by far the best image of the creature, but is far from the only one. There are countless photos and videos allegedly depicting skunk apes on the internet, including one taken by Dave Shealy himself. Shealy, in fact, has a whole life facility full of skunk ape evidence, including a cast of a 4-toe footprint from the creature, which he claims was left right next to his hunting camp. His video, though, is his ultimate proof. He filmed it in the year 2000 and claims that it shows the skunk ape wandering through the swamp, moving at speeds that would be impossible for a human being to achieve. So, what do you think? Do you think the skunk ape exists? Would you ever want to come across him with his smell? Let me know your thoughts. As always, thank you for tuning in. Until next time.